Hey everyone, Mike Master Petro here. 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost review. 2.3 turbocharged, fun for sure. So I'm just going to talk about some likes and dislikes real quick. 350 foot-pounds of torque, 310 horsepower. The thing flies, it really does. Everybody's saying, there's no replacement for displacement. I need the 5.0. Yeah, 5.0 is awesome for sure, but I don't feel like everybody's needs that engine for sure. Me personally, I'd go with the V8. Also found my opinion really doesn't matter. So, you can't beat the sound of the V8 Mustang for sure when it comes to it's the noise it makes. But this 2.3 EcoBoost, I find myself exceeding the speed limit very, very easily. Just taking off, gets up to 60 in no time. That's 10-speed automatic that's in it. First year for the Mustang. It's a lot smoother than the 6-speed automatic that we're used to. Found myself in the 6-speed, the gear changes were lackadaisical. You didn't have full control like you would over the manual transmission. It's like a station wagon, you're waiting for the gear changes to happen. It has to think about it. With this 10-speed, they're a little bit more seamless, and I'll put it in sport mode. Taking off now. Say how fast I'm going, but you probably heard the gear changes right there. It's a beautiful car. It really is. You can break any law in the United States very easily with this 2.3. I don't know if any of you have driven the RS, the Focus RS, but very, very, very similar, power delivery with a different transmission for sure. So, a couple things that I don't like about this car. I had a couple of my taller friends in the vehicle. In the passenger seat and in the back. My friend that's about 6'2" was sitting in the passenger seat. And in this base model, you're not able to adjust the height on the passenger side. So with him sitting in it, his head was just about hitting the roof of the car, with no adjustment other than being able to recline the seat a little bit further back to help clear his head. And then I had another friend in the back seat too as well. And his head was, basically on the glass of the vehicle too. He's kind of hunched over. So in that aspect, nobody really buys a Mustang for comfort, I guess you could say. In the driver's seat, the car is comfortable. You have your manual adjustments, like on that pump actuator, up and down. You have, the recline, your headrest, if you pull it, it'll click like on a ratcheting mechanism. You can pull it up and it'll retract back to its original position. So for the driver, it's nice, but if you have any taller friends or, just taller people in general that are going to be riding along with you, it's not going to be the most comfortable car for them for sure. So with that being said, I think that's something that can be cured and taken care of on the premium model. I believe you have the dual power seats with the height adjustment. So not sure how low they go. I haven't been in one yet, so that would be something to try out. Like I said, if you have some taller drivers in there. So got myself on these automatic transmissions, first of all, driving the Audi S5, which has their dual clutch transmission. It was a 15, and that really, really, really got me onto automatics. I was the biggest advocate for a third pedal. The millennial anti-theft device, it seems like we're a dying breed. I like to be able to switch my own gears, but after driving that Audi, it really changed my perspective on the automatic transmissions. So Ford started putting their 10-speed in the F-150. Good transmission. I believe they worked with GM on it. So, a lot of people liked the 10-speed, and when they said they were going to be releasing it into the Mustang, I said that's going to be interesting for sure. Because like I said before, driving the 6-speed Mustang that was an automatic, I just was not a fan of it. It just was not responsive. But as you probably heard earlier, those gear changes were pretty seamless. They're quicker, whether you're downshifting or upshifting. When I do have it in drive or sport mode, when I'm coming to a stop and I'm either shifting down myself or I'm in the regular drive mode and it's doing it for me, sometimes going from second into first coming to a stop can be a little bit harsh. Not really a fan of that. It can be quite jarring at times. So I don't know if it's the transmission taking the time to learn my driving habits. I've been in this car for about, like I said, a few days now. Other than that, it comes at a good price. You the Challenger buyer is going to be in a different league of its own. Mustang and Camaro are kind of getting more refined. I can feel like, as far as the engines that they're using, they're turbocharged, smaller displacement engines, and the Challenger is like a little sticking closer to its roots, I guess you could say. It's a bigger car, it's an actual muscle car, big displacement engine, big V8, big sound. So I think somebody who's kind of set on the Challenger isn't going to be really interested in this car, because they're going to be going for something totally different, as a whole. But if you're really considering a Mustang, I would not sell yourself short, and maybe consider this EcoBoost first. Like I said, my opinion obviously doesn't matter, but this car gets great fuel economy, the torque is there, the power is there, acceleration is there, fuel economy is there. It is a fast car, and 0 to 60 in right around 5 seconds. So there's a couple things that they switched. The volume and the controls for the center display are reversed. So when I'm going through my center display, I find myself changing my volume, whether it be up or down and things like that. So the center display is right here on the right hand side of the steering wheel now, where the volume used to be. Vice versa, it's switched. So that's going to be something, if you're a previous Ford owner, to try and get used to. I guess you're going to be switching things around for the first few days. But other than that, maybe the dash a little bit too was one of my dislikes. And when I say dash, I'm talking about part that's directly over the tachometer and your center display, because as I'm driving, there's times of the day that when the sun glares down, I can't see a whole lot. And for me, that's a little frustrating. I like to be able to see what I'm averaging for fuel economy. I like just to be able to see my screen and not have it be an issue with any glare. But I kind of stuck my hand in front of it, which would have extended it, using my finger, a couple fingers, whole hand, and if they just like stuck it out like another inch or so, you wouldn't have this glare. So it's kind of frustrating at times. You want to be able to see what your car is doing, especially with all the technology that's built into it. The line lock, you can see your air-fuel temperature, your air-fuel ratio. There's a lot of selections that you can make within the dash, and they're all good to look at. So not being able to see that, frustrating for sure. So only concerns: adjustment on the passenger side, the seat, the screen, and the glare. And this transmission, this is the first year 10-speed for the Mustang. I still feel like it could be a little bit more responsive. I still feel like it could be a little bit more seamless, and they could work out some kinks for sure. Don't expect, at the price point, when I'm mentioning Audi, obviously that's in a league of its own. You're paying $60,000, versus 30. You could buy two of these for that, but. When it comes to the development of the transmission, I think they're definitely headed in the right direction on the automatic. Me personally, I'd probably still go with the manual transmission if I was to get this car. I'd be pretty hard pressed. I'd be probably, manual transmission V8, but that's not what everybody wants. So, long story short, don't sell yourself on the V8. Try the EcoBoost first. See what you think. This technology is getting crazy. Pretty soon they're going to have a hybrid assist, at least, of just about every vehicle in the Ford fleet. So, the smaller displacement, turbocharged vehicles are kind of the way that things are going in technology. So, it's the way of the future. They are impressive, so you owe it to yourself to at least get in one and try it first to see what you think. So, take care.